Well, you can't get better than that for an intro, can you? Mr. Potato. Happy National Mr. Potato Head Day. I don't know what that means. I was looking at doing a live of some sort, and I thought, you know what, I have a Google of there's a thing called Google you can use to find things. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. So I thought I'd have a look at sort of Google, see what national days there are. Apparently there's hundreds for each day, and I didn't realise it. And one of them was Mr. Potato Head Day. I've been called, I've been said that I look like a smashed up jacket potato every now and then. So I thought, good name for a live is that. So how are we all? Sunday, middle of the early May bank holiday. Well, it is early because it can't get any earlier than the 1st, which is tomorrow. And then we've got another bank holiday next weekend when old Charlie boy gets his crown properly put on his head. So that'd be quite exciting. So we get Monday off. I'm off on the Tuesday as well. So a nice long weekend next weekend. So yeah, how are we all doing? And what's going on? What have you all been up to since we last spoke? Anything exciting? Here we got John Whittaker. How are you, John? Nice to see you. What is Potato Head Day? I don't know, but it just came up. It came up on the thing. I had a look on Google. National Mr. Bless you. So I'm not lying. National Mr. Potato Head Day has been celebrated on the 30th of April since 1952, when Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to appear on television. We go, happy days. So yeah, I don't know what it means. How do you celebrate a Mr. Potato Head Day? Do you watch Toy Story? Obviously, had Mr. Potato Head in it, which was they're making. I think Wanda said they're making a Toy Story 5. Why? Why are we making a Toy Story 5? We didn't need a Toy Story 4, to be honest. So that's a bit weird. Anyway, what have we got? Of course, we've got Thomas. How are you, Thomas? Hope you're keeping well. Matt Wotton, how are you? Hi, Scott. We'll be listening while having a beer and cutting the grass. I don't have any beer. Don't have anything. Well, I do, but I don't really want to be opening it because it's rubbish. Because I got it for the premise of a video, and it's not something I actually really particularly want to drink. So I'm probably just going to sit here for an hour or so, chuntering on to myself and to you good people. Whilst I did have a bottle of water. You right? Here's my friend. There he is. Yes, thank you. You right? What are you doing? You've got the pen. You don't have the pen. You don't have the pen. Good boy, mate. How dare you? Go on, bugger off. Go on, down. Boy. Get out of it. Go on, go away. Never liked you. Yeah, how you doing, mate? Hope you've had a nice week, mate. Andy K. All right, Scott, since the last time. Well, the Hoover broke down, the oven has packed up, and my favourite Caterpillar boots broke, and I had to buy a new pair. This week it's cost a fortune. Oh, mate. Yeah. Well, I had to get a new passport, and my passport has been an absolute nightmare. So, well, it was here now, but obviously they tell you 12 weeks. The passport office are on strike for 5 weeks. I think they're in week 4 of that. So I needed my passport for some time in the summer. So that costs, 83 quid now, something like that. And then you got send. So you can do all that online. And that's fairly simple, to be fair. That's not difficult at all. And then you've got to send your old one off. So you're £83. You then got to return your old one. And they generally say, oh, you've got to send that special delivery. So that's another 7 quid or 8 quid on top. So I'm 94 quid out of pocket immediately. And then I get a phone call from the passport office saying, apparently on my old passport, my middle name is spelt incorrectly. And I've not noticed it for 10 years. So can I confirm my middle name? So I confirm my middle name. and then I get told, well, we need to see your passport, we need to see your birth certificate. I'm like, this is just going to slow down this whole process. I really don't need this. So I thought, right, I'll try and lie my way out of this. And that didn't work, and ended up I had to go find my birth certificate. So I phoned Wanda up saying, look, I need my birth certificate. She spends an hour, 2 hours searching the whole of the house, can't find it anywhere. And I then have to, I thought, I remember, but my old solicitor had my birth certificate. So I popped down to see them and see if they've got it. So the email I've got is 4 years old, so a bit of a long shot. Go down there, no, they haven't got it. So I then have to pay 40, I think it was 45, 46 quid to get a copy of my birth certificate, which then has to come to me, and I then have to send that by recorded delivery to the passport office. So I'm 150 quid out of pocket for my passport. So I completely feel your pain, mate. It's yeah. Just got my passport too. I managed to get it sorted before the strike. I will be fair. So I sent mine off. I think it was over the 3rd or the 4th of April, and I had it back in 3 weeks, even with the palaver around my birth certificate. So it's back, it's here. It's been really good. I think, although it's cost me an absolute fortune, the service was really, really good, to be fair. Oh, he's about. Have they actually, have StreamYard, have they actually got their act together, and they are not showing stupid comments anymore? The amount of conversations and emails I've had with StreamYard, because what happens is, if someone puts a troll comment, or like just like this guy's put like a load of G's or something, if one of you guys, my moderators, deletes that comment, it still shows on StreamYard for whatever reason. I've had this conversation with them saying, why can't you integrate your platform better with YouTube? And they don't answer. So you pay a service, and all they want is just to take your money, really. And I just find it a bit wrong. I mean, it is what it is. It's trouble is they've got you by the balls, because to put your, and I think if you're going to comment on a live, you want to see your comment up and addressed, and you can't do that on the YouTube app. So you have to use something like StreamYard, or I think there are a couple of others. I've never really got into the other ones, and yeah, I just find it wrong that people have the right to comment what they want to comment. I don't really care, but also my moderators have the right to remove those comments as well. But when they're still showing up in the comments, it's a bit weird. Phil Jones, how are you, mate? How are you keeping? How's things? So what's everybody been up to this week? Has everybody had a good week? It's been a long week. Wanda had a birthday on Thursday. She got nice tickets. What did she get? We went to see Fleetwood Mac last night, the Fleetwood Mac tribute. They were very good. Got her tickets to go and see the Muppets. She just lived here and talked to me, to be fair. Christmas Carol in December. I think the girls got her some Disney tickets as well. So I think she had a good day. We went out for a couple of beers in the evening. We went out to see Fleetwood Mac last night. Sadly, Fallen Acorn, one of the breweries near around by us, they're quite near to us, but they're quite difficult to get to from here. It's about a half-hour trip over there, half-hour trip back. If I'm driving, obviously, I can have one beer and probably that's the end of it. To get across the ferry across the water, not the Mersey, you're looking at probably bus and ferry for me and Wanda is going to be 15 quid there and back before we've even had a beer. So it's been a bit tricky to get over there at points, but we have had some fantastically funny nights over at Fallen Acorn. And to see another business and brewery, especially one that appeared to be in no real danger, go to the wall is sad to see, to be fair. Hopefully this isn't going to go on for too much longer. We can start seeing some of these businesses sort of picking up a little bit again, which would be ideal, really. So yeah, we had a pop over there yesterday to see the guys off. They're a nice crew as well over at Thornacre, and always treated us very, very well. They've got a festival in, I think it's 2 weeks yesterday. Is it 2 weeks yesterday? 12th and 13th of May. So if you're in the Pompey Gosport area and you can get over to Awakening, we've got to try and film a little promotion video for them. They've asked for one, so I'm quite happy to help out. If you're in the area and you can afford a ticket, I don't know what the tickets are, I'll have to have a look. Then please get along, because these sort of things, if we don't start supporting them where we can, I understand money's tight and that there's only so much money to go round, but if we don't start supporting some of these local businesses where we can, we're going to lose even more of them. And there's probably businesses that are close to you guys that have closed down. It is tough, and it's probably going to get a bit tougher before it gets any better, in all honesty. I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's been a funny old year. I think we've lost something like 90, 93, 94 breweries in the last year. It's criminal, absolutely criminal, really, and it makes you wonder where it's all going to stop, because it's getting desperate. It's getting desperate for some. I know that. I say Fallen Acorn caught me a little bit on the hop, if I'm honest. That they've gone. I heard at the end of the week before, I heard a little rumour about it, and didn't really put much credence to it until it was made public on Monday or Tuesday. I know they've still got a lot of beer that's floating around, so if it ends up anywhere near you in any tap room or anything, it might well be worth sort of picking some of their beer up. It's probably worth picking up and holding on to cans. It might be worth money in years to come. We don't know, do you? Excuse me. I had some water, but wanted to turn the heating on, and I didn't realise my water bottle was still on top of the radiator. And now I've got warm water, so I'm waiting for that to chill down a little bit, because it's nobody likes warm water. It's bloody horrible. Right, we're up to date with comments, which is always good, because I'm usually so far behind with comments. It is unbelievable. I'm not expecting a great deal of interaction tonight. I thought I'd pop on for an hour and just sort of see if there was anybody about. If anybody had any news, any gossip. Anybody got any gossip? I like a bit of gossip. Gossip's always good. So I've just been watching some of Stuntman Steve's live, actually, which was quite good. Popped on for about 20 minutes. Haven't spoke to Steve in a while, so it was good with Trilby Phil. So yeah, all good. Good to see. Southampton been relegated today. I'm pretty sure I saw that they were losing. They lost 3-0 to Southampton, to Newcastle, sorry. So 3-1 to Newcastle. So they have 24 points. So they're 38 games. So 24 points. You've got Everton. Oh, fucking hell, I didn't realise Everton was so low down. So they've got 28. Leicester have got 29. Dave will be going absolutely apeshit then. Forest have got 30, so Southampton are 6 points from safe. Brilliant. I was just telling the story. Mondo, how are you? Just telling the story. My one of my longest, oldest, dearest friends. We lost him this week, sadly, and it hit quite hard. And what we're talking to his lovely wife, Sam, she said, my mate Lee was Pompey born and bred. We travelled round Britain with our other friend Gary, Harry. We went to the football for years, really, having a few beers, etc., etc. And he would be absolutely mortified to know that he died and will be registered. His death will be registered in Southampton. So it's just a little thing on life. I think it's quite amusing. He'd probably laugh as well, to be fair. Hello, Benjamin. How are you? Tell you who's not been relegated. Sheffield United. Up the Blades. Hope you're doing well. Where are you in the league? I don't pay any attention to football anymore. It's horrendous. What league are you in? I don't even know what league you're in, do I? Bear with. You're in the Championship. Dog's gone mad. Sheffield United, bloody hell. So you are second in the Championship. So you're going to be promoted this year. Well, you'll be relegated next year then, won't you? Burnley got 98%. I'll tell you what looks like it's been a fantastic league this year. Is obviously I've only seen a bit of it because of Ryan Reynolds and that. Is the Vanarama League, or what is it, the National League, whatever they fucking call it this year. But that league and the points that you got to feel sorry for Notts County on a season where they've got 107 points and they've come second to Wrexham with 111. Mental dogs off. But yeah, that just looks like it's been an incredible league year. I mean, you've got Chester are on 84. So any other season that would have probably won the league. Woking are on 82. It's just that's a phenomenal league. Sorry, been drinking too much Angry Archer cider and unlimited beef carvery. You're talking Wanda's language. Not so much on the Archer cider, but Wanda loves a roast dinner or carvery. Wanda loves a carvery. So you are talking. I like sort of a spread of meat, though. If we go to the Toby, turkey, love a bit of gammon, and probably beef as well. Christopher Boyd, how are you? Hope you're well, mate. And say happy birthday to Wanda. Christopher Boyd says happy birthday for Thursday, Wanda. Christopher Boyd said happy birthday for Thursday. She said thank you very much. She had a lovely day and some lovely presents. Well, I'm assuming she said she's had some lovely presents. I'll show you the card I got her. This obviously isn't the only card I got her, but I thought it was one. You're a knobhead, but you're my knobhead. She was very pleased. Yes, I'll tell you what. We ended up at the brew house. We got two brew house and kitchens in Pompey. There's one down in Southsea that used to be a pub called Langtrees, which was always been very nice. And that's actually where the inspiration for the beer shed came from, because they got some sheds outside, and we were sat in there, and that's where the inspiration from that came from. And there's another one in Guildhall Walk who I get on very well with the manager, the pub manager, a guy called Josh. So we went to the one in Southsea because we couldn't get into the one in Guildhall. And you can always get a pint of Steady Rolling Man at the brew house and kitchen. I thought, I'll have that. But it's about £7.50 a pint, which I do get a bit umpy about, if I'm honest. So I thought, I don't fancy paying that much for a beer. And they had obviously, people that don't know, the brew house and kitchen chain brew their own beer. And it was new on their tap. It was their own West Coast IPA. And I thought, it's not going to be any good, is it? It's not going to be any good. So I thought, well, I'll have a pint. And it was all right. It was actually all right. I think I ended up having 3. And I was not shocked, because I'm not shocked they can make a decent beer. But finding a half decent West Coast IPAs in a pub is a trawl for you, generally, especially when you like that style. and if people that don't know, very much bitterness to it, whereas New England is a lot juicier and less bitter, a bit like me, really. But yeah, and we had a couple there. Don't think we did anything Friday, and then we went out last night to see Fleeting with Mac, and so I went over to Fallen Acorn, spent about half hour over there, and then ended up, and I'd had enough. I couldn't be bothered to. They had jute from Salt on tap at the Wedgwood Rooms. That was nice, but I had one. I'd had a gutful by then, to be fair. But yeah, thank you, mate. She hasn't responded to any. She doesn't. I do all the responding. She said thank you to everybody that wished her happy birthday. It did mean a lot to her. She doesn't get involved a great deal anymore for various reasons. And yeah, thank you very much. I don't follow football, but it was on in the pub. I'm pretty much the same, Mondo. I fell out of love with football. The money's killed it for me. Money men have killed it. I'm not really interested. I don't want to see people diving all over the pitch. VAR is an absolute sham, and even the World Cup and that, it's just a bit boring now. I still follow Pompey results. I get the notifications on my phone. There's a great channel actually called 4-0 written all. I'll start that again. 4-0 written all over it by a young lad that's been doing it for years. Pompey vlog. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I quite like it. I watch more of that sort of stuff these days than I watch of anything else. I don't really watch beer reviews. I watch a couple of people. I watch Dean. I watch Northern Southerner beer reviews. JB, he's very good. I watch some of Simo Sups. Who else do I watch? I watch Eddie from the Hop House. He kindly sent me some beer. Got loads of these reviews that are coming out. And that's about it these days, in all honesty. I sort of desensitized myself from a lot of the others. Matt Watson says, hi everybody. I thought this toy was now known as non-gender potato head. It wouldn't surprise me because the bloke died. Did it? Who played him, Wanda? Who played Mr. Potato Head? Can't remember. He died not long ago, didn't he? He's the voice of Mr. Potato Head, the guy that responsible for his voice, died not long ago. Now, I do remember some controversy around Mr. Potato Head. Let's have a look. Okay, controversy. See if there's a controversy. There we go. Mr. Potato Head brand goes gender neutral. Okay, anyway, I'm not getting involved. Happy birthday to Wanda for the other day. Thank you very much. I know she appreciated all the comments. So there was a fair few people that wished her a happy birthday. So thank you ever so much. I've done something today, a video, and she appears in it without knowing it, and it's quite amusing to me. It's probably the best part of the video, if I'm honest. Oh fuck, where's that gone? Chris says hello. Christopher says hello to Mr. Wotton. Mondo, I tried a half of some marshmallow stout, but it was too sweet for me. I drank it as it was bought for me. Nice to be polite. I've done that. When someone buys you a drink and you think, this is not my cup of tea, but I will grin and bear it. And thank you ever so much. I think we've all been there, and it's how you deal with that situation. I think is use a character of the person. Ben says, I didn't realise a Simo. Yes, I know he had. He was on antibiotics for a little while, not a massive. Not a long time ago. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago that he. So I invited him on live, actually, and he politely declined because he was on these antibiotics. But I think he's put some videos up in the last few days or so. I know he does a live with Alan Fiona, or certainly Alan from Spice and Easy. So Yeah, Simo's a nice guy. He's always been very supportive of our channel. And it's a bit remiss of me that I've never actually had him on. I am trying to sort that out, actually. It's just I don't tend to plan. I'm not someone that wants to do like a weekly live or a live on Thursday every week or Friday every week or anything like that. I just want to sort of come on and do them as and when I feel like it. And I know Simo does his with Alan on a Friday, is it? I think. I don't like treading on people's toes either, so we'll get around to it at some point. I'd like to do one with Alan again. I haven't done one with Alan for a good couple of years now. Benjamin says, I watch Raggy, Scott, Dean, Blue Van Man, don't watch him, Chris the Butcher, Pondering Mark, I can't say his name, people get offended. Some of Real Ale stuff, that's about it for the beer-related stuff. I've missed Raggy. I do watch a bit of Raggy, to be fair. That's absolutely true. I do. I watched one the other day where he did a Lidl's beer haul. That was quite interesting. He made me laugh with one of his comments. So I left a comment in his thing. Raggy's a nice guy. Dean says more in 3 minutes than I'll say in about 30. Dave wouldn't know a decent beer if it hit him in the face. Chris drinks Stella. I don't really know what Mark drinks. Mark's a German beer man, isn't he? Simon drinks anything. And that's it for beer-related stuff. Hang on, I'm just going to check that it says my right account of 50 others. No, that's right. That new beer review made me laugh last week. I like Mark. Mark's all right. He gets a bit of a negative press. He's okay. He's not for everybody. He's obviously upset people. That's life. But the review he did was good. Yeah, it was good. It was funny. And I think Mark should do more of that. Less of the serious, not less of the serious stuff, but he could niche himself quite easily in that sort of area, because I think it was amusing. It made me laugh. From your comment there, Mondo, I'm assuming it made you laugh. It was gentle as well. And yeah, it was great, to be fair. You know, the next anniversary after Wanda's birthday. Oh, it's fucking chippy chip. Do you know, every time I'm going to go for the comments because I know where you're coming at. Yeah, go and give Simo some love. I don't know how many subs has Simo got these days. Let's have a look. Simo subs. 714 Simo subs. I don't know if it's going to focus. It probably won't. Come in. Not fucking useless. Fucking useless. Yeah, if we get them up to 750, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Give you a big clue. In this stream involves potatoes. Is it Chippy Trips? It is, isn't it? An annual Chippy Chip number 5. It is number 5. And I have a title. I do have a title for Chippy. Let me just... Chippy Chips number 5. It's just getting around to... Let me just ask. I wonder, would you be up for doing a Chippy Trips at some point? She said yes. Maybe we could do it. Who knows? It might be this week. It won't, but it might be this week. Episode 5. So, episode 5 of Chippy Chips, Mondo. You need to title it. You give me the title of what you want to call episode 5 of Chippy Chips. I will make a note of it now. But it better be the same title I've come up with, otherwise it ain't happening. Next month. Well, it will be next month now. It's not going to be this month, is it? Because otherwise, I don't know if there's any chip shops open today. Well, I'll cut the stream and go and do it now. Live Chippy Trips. No. Next month, yeah. Ben says, I do miss live. Used to enjoy sitting in the evening watching a good YouTube live with a few beers. Nobody seems to do them unless you want to stay up until like 3 a.m. with Craig. Love Craig. Craig's a nice guy. Yeah, I think a lot of that. I think a lot of that was to do with lockdown, and obviously people weren't going out. People were making up extraordinary excuses to go to the supermarket to disguise the fact they're just going for beer and the things that you would buy to go along with your beer. And obviously, we couldn't all go out. A lot of channels did very well out of lockdown in growth. Mine and Wanda's included. I'm not taking us out of that. Some did better than others, and I think that some actually started within the confines of £3.20 for a poker chips at the seaside to carry. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think a lot of channels benefited, and so a lot of channels actually started during lockdown as well. And I think the live streams, once life got back to semi-normal, I think they continued for a little while, and then all of a sudden, people got back to normal, got back to their daily routines, and it's really. Do you know what? Some of the live streams could be quite stressful. Sometimes you take some abuse. I don't particularly care if the abuse comes my way. It's not really something that bothers me a great deal. But they can be sort of quite good moderators. They work really, really well. And then obviously this stuff goes on. There's still lives out there. But I've noticed there's not so many. We never got into the routine of doing regular stuff anyway. Live Wanda's. Wanda. How do I put it? I'm gonna put it politely. Wanda's. Well, she's had enough of YouTube, in actual fact. If I said I was stopping tomorrow, or I was stopping today, she'd thank me and sort of pat me on the back and sort of thank you very much. But she realises it's just my hobby. You know, I'm never going to be a YouTube millionaire out of it, as some people think. And it's just my hobby. You see some of the flack that comes your way for your hobby, and it's uncalled for, and then some people get a bit arsey when you retaliate. So yeah, there are a lot of people. Ken, I know Craig sort of goes live on. Does he do a late night Friday one? And I like to get home now. I don't know about you guys. I suppose it depends if you're single, if you're a married life. I'll come home from work, bits and pieces of Wanda, have dinner, and then just settle down on like Fridays, like Friday night, Saturday night, we'll sit and watch. Like Friday, we watched. There's the new Peter Pan and Wendy film that was on Disney. Wanted to watch that, so we watched that. And then there's a new series of Sweet Tooth that's on Netflix, so we had a couple of episodes of that. And by that time, it's like 11 o'clock, and it's non-night time. It's non-night time for me. I'm in bed at generally between 10 and 11. So yeah, I don't get involved with sort of late night streams. I don't get involved with many live streams at all, really. Dave doesn't do them anymore. He's not a massive fan of them. Dean, I don't think, is interested with live streams. Each their own. Oh, hang on, I've done something. What have I done? Wrong button. I don't know what I've done now. What the fucking hell is that? Okay, you can see that, but I don't know what I did. Push the wrong button. All right, £3.20 for a poker chips at the seaside. Again, the price of chips is horrendous. Fish and chips now, it's going to set you back a small fortune. Wanda, hang on 2 seconds. I'll get her in a minute. Yeah, the price of fish and chips now is scandalous. Wanda, hello. Wanda, hang on. 2 seconds. I'll be back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to mute you. Anyway, say hello, Wanda.
Hello, Wanda.
Oh, very professional. Yeah, the flourish of lockdowns, didn't they? Lots of lives. So we picked up a load of subscribers. A lot of channels did well. Just say channels started in lockdown and benefited from that. I've noticed the channel growth. I have a little bit of a look every now and then. I'm not that bothered. Channel growth slows down because people's lives have gone back to normal. Human nature, isn't it? I've never been one that's that bothered by views. Dean will attest to this. I speak to Dean about this. Never one that's been bothered about views, channel growth, anything like that. It's I do what I do for my own mental health and my own satisfaction, really. I don't care if the channel grows. It's nice if it does. If it doesn't, oh well. I've still got a proper job. We go to local coal-fired chippy with beef dripping. I don't think I've ever had beef dripping chips from a chip shop. I have heard it is absolutely fantastic. So maybe I know the guy I work with swears by a spam fritter. He loves a spam fritter. Never had a spam fritter, so maybe I could do a chippy trips to try spam fritter for the first time. I don't remember actually ever trying spam, if I'm honest. Probably people shouting there, aren't there? Bear with just for 2 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, all good.
What's that?
Nothing more. Rate My Beer do a lives Wednesday. Simo does a Friday, and Alan Spice do. So Spice and Easy do a Saturday night. Apparently, some Welsh bloke does one on Friday. Good luck to him. Yeah, I mean to get back on with Alan and Fiona. We did a couple with them, and they were really good. Nice couple. It is just channel. Yeah, next year. There's a great one where Wanda was absolutely poleaxed, and it's just channels went in slightly different directions. There was never any fallout or anything like that. So I have reached back out to Alan saying that we'll do something. I know they lost Zeus fairly fairly recently, which was sad to see because when you lose your pet, it's horrible. That's why I didn't want one. I'm hoping I'll go before him. I came out of the pub, started to walk to the beach, and found a fiver. Happy days. Paid for your chips, mate. It's all done. I can't remember the last time I actually had physical money.
I do.
When was it?
My birthday.
Oh yeah, you got some money for your birthday, so you had actual physical cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't remember the last time I actually went to I don't even know my PIN for my bank card. So wouldn't have a clue. I had 5 beers last night and ended up in bed by 9:30. So, I'm taking they were high ABV beers. Benjamin. I had 2 at the Fallen Acorn brewery, and then we went and watched this Fleetwood Mac tribute group, Fleetwood Mac. I had a pint of jus from someone. I think I'd had enough by then, to be fair. Oh, hang on. Cloudwater, 2 German lagers, Elusive Brewing's Oregon Trail. Or any day, any drinking day that it includes Oregon Trail is a good day. One of my favourite beers. If you haven't tried the black IPA version of that, and the double West Coast Oregon Trail. Both absolutely fantastic as well, mate. Back from the pub, says Dave, drinking Guinness and port. I can confirm this because I've seen the pictures that Dave sent me. So I don't think I've ever had Guinness and port. Sounds quite interesting. It sounds quite sweet. Is it a cocktail? I'm going to buy some new trainers as my old new ones are worn out. Well, fill your boots, mate. Fill your. Are they sort of falling apart? I can't imagine your trainers falling apart. So I have to go. Lots of jobs to do. Treat myself to a beer after that and have a good bank holiday. Cheers, Thomas. Take it easy, mate. It's nice. It sounds quite sweet. Guinness and port sounds like it sounds like a nightmare. Sounds like a headache. Sounds like a morning headache. It's nice, that's all it is. Do enjoy a port. I haven't had port in years. It's like an old man's drink. My dad used to drink port, so I've always seen it as well, he's only about 14 years older than me when he snuffed it, so it's not really old man's port, is it? Have you tried the new Northern Monk beers? I saw they have Scampi Fries one. I did. Do you know what? I didn't.
They're only in certain areas.
They're only in certain areas. Could I bought them online?
Not sure.
Hang on a minute. You're supposed to be the research and development team.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah. Failed. Sacked.
Yeah.
I did see them. I know. Who have I seen that's done them?
Try the dry roasted one.
I think Simo's done them on his channel, hasn't he?
Yeah, they're more up north, like the areas they'll go putting them into like pubs and stuff.
I'm sure I've seen somebody do them. Yeah, Simo's done them. Go pop and watch Simo's up. He's done them all. I like a gimmick beer. I think they're fun, and if anybody's going to do them right, it's going to be Northern Monk. But they didn't appeal to me. I know Wanda wanted to try the pork. Was it the peanut stout? The dry roasted peanut stout. They didn't do it for me. I had to look at the Tiny Rebel Real Ale ones that they released as well. I didn't fancy them. I like a gimmick beer. Something's not resonated with me with them. They were 3.5, 5, 5.4, 5.8. Well, 5.8 is the Oregon Trail. 5.5. Oh, okay. Just a nice session. Nice sessionable beers then, mate. More marketing gimmicks, Michael Hall. What a load of rubbish. The one that's interesting is, and I know JB picked it up, Northern Southerner, was that new chocolate caramel cookie stout that's in M&S. That is literally just a rebrand of the Vocation Celebrations Twix beer. I don't have a problem with a rebrand of it. I do have a slight problem with the fact that they've charged people the earth originally for those beers and then knocked it out into M&S for £3.50. I think that sucks a little bit, if I'm honest. But it is a nice beer, and probably at £3.50 is at the right price point. When I've seen them in certain places when they were the Celebrations range at £10 a can. Alex Higgins' niece told me about Guinness and port. No wonder he was pissed. Is that what Alex used to drink? Remind me. That's when snooker, when they had the characters in snooker, wasn't it? And darts, where they're all absolutely hammered. Lucky if you could see the balls, let alone hit them. And then darts in the day with like people like Bill Wobeneck and Eric Bristow. Who else was there back in just absolute pissheads? But it had more fun because they had a bit of character about them. Everything's like squeaky clean these days, really. Have you ever made your own home brew? I was waiting for her to shout. I had. Well, didn't do a home brew. Wanda bought me the brew it yourself brew dog. Punk. What's he moaning for?
It's because here's all the bubble tea.
Right.
And it's nearly here.
Right. I understand. Yeah, and so Wanda bought me. It's the Brooklyn Brew Shop's Punk IPA Brew It Yourself kit, which I did. It's on the channel. I opened it live. I think the bottle lid is still coming down because it was slightly overcarbonated. If a gimmick beer at least tastes nice, I can forgive it. But so many, well, they just use. What annoys me about these gimmick beers is they're using cheaper ingredients to get their flavors and then charging the earth for it, which I think's wrong. So those, I actually thought the celebration beers were okay. I didn't think they were terrible. The ones I had 3 of them, I think. I was lucky that I didn't have to pay 8-9 quid a can, whatever they were being charged. That they were in our local tap room at about £5 a can. I didn't think that was too bad, but I'd be even more pissed off now, knowing that one of them is now in M&S for £3.50. They've obviously got a batch of this beer that they need to get rid of. Fair enough, with the troubled times we live in, but it's taking the piss and it's taking the piss. I had a can of Northern Monk Heaven I had a can of Northern Monk Heaven last night. That stuff is lethal. That's the stout, isn't it? In the purpley can. Couldn't have more than one of them. A bit too heavy. Yeah, I think if I had a look at that, I'd say review. I'm not a fucking reviewer. I'm a fat man that sits in the shed telling you about the beer I'm drinking. I'm sure. Is that the one that's in Morrison's Heaven? Because you've got Heathen. You get confused with all these beers. But yeah, I'm sure I've had that, and I think that was very nice, to be fair.
Thank you. Not for me.
Perhaps Harry Kane needs to have a few drinks to get he's dollars. It's like the footballers. I remember when me, you, and Chris the Butcher did our all-time England 11s, and all of mine were hardened drinkers. Someone pointed out to me, I think it might have been, it's either Chris or you, they were all hardened, or realised they're all hardened drinkers. It's like, yes, with football. Do you remember in the olden days where there used to be you used to have pre-season, so they'd end the season, they'd all go off for like 2 months and come back about 4 stone heavier, and then they'd have the first game back, the pre-season game, they're all panting around the pitch because they're all that absolutely done in, and then it'll take them about 2 or 3 months to actually get back into anywhere near like shape now, where they've got every minute thing that goes into their body analysed. There's no Gaza and people, and like, I know he's dead, but George Best and Dennis Law and people like that, they had a bit of personality, and none of these dickheads have got any now. I mean, Harry Kane, dull as dishwater. And I said this, I got into a debate. I know he scored a lot of goals, Harry Kane. I don't rate him. I know he's England's top scorer of all time. I don't rate him. Personally, I never rated Wayne Rooney either, to be fair. I was just saying, yeah, it's just, sometimes they play so many games now, it's very easy to sort of stack up goal tallies and things like that. Got a bit of skin that's doing my nutting there. The Vocation Celebration Stouts I had saved at a bottle shop since. Picked 2 of them up the other day. Funny enough, the Twix and the Milky ones, I could do a side by side with that, and the M&M. Do it, because looking at certainly the Twix one, looking at the ABV, the name on it, JB, I think he hit the nail on the head with that one. Yes, in Morrison's, it's a vanilla and maple stout. Yeah, I've had that. I'm sure I've had that purple one. I'll check. Scott and Wanda. Heaven. Or Heaven. Oh, fuck, how do you spell heaven wrong? Northern Monk. Northern Monk. Monk. I've got no idea these days. Oh yeah, I've done it. That one. This fucking camera's useless. It's not. But it just doesn't like focusing. A bit like my eyes, really. Are footballers allowed personality? Can they risk being cancelled? Oh, yeah, there is that. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, yeah. Don't say anything that people don't agree with because you get cancelled or you get the police phoned on you. Dickhead. Right, off to spend time with the family. I'll WhatsApp you later. Don't share it. I've had Northern Monk Heaven. 10% was all right, but the North Star beers were better. I can never remember the North Star beers. Which ones were they? Are those the ones that... No, that's Death Star, wasn't it? These beers rolled into one for me now. I mean, I'm not drinking tonight. I have got a bottle of water, but I put it on the radiator, not realising Wanda turned the bloody heating on. So it got hot. I went to warm. I went to drink it. It was like fucking horrible. North Star. I've read North Star. It's bad news when you've got to check your own channel in it to find something. Scott and Wanda. North Star. What flavours were they? What aromas? North Star. Put flavours in. The North flavours. Right. Northern Monk. Monk. Right. North Star 2. So that was with Lervig, vanilla and summit. Vanilla, cacao and almond. There's only two. There'll be two. Death Star 2. I've had that. There's a great video. Can I post that in my own chat? We did this video. Let me post it in my own chat during lockdown because it was Wanda's birthday and we couldn't go out. And it was when they during lockdown, Northern Monk released 4 beers called the House Party series, and we did them all in one video. So you're gonna go and watch it. You haven't got to. No skin off my nose if you don't. But we did we did it like a night out. Recorded it like a night out. So one was in the kitchen, one was in the sorry, there was one for the shower room, one for the living room, one for the kitchen, and one for the bedroom. Really, really good. All of the beers were all right. Right, North Star ones were a bit weaker, like 9%. They had like 3 versions, one release each year. Seem to have vanished now. Black Forest was. I don't think I did the last one. I'm sure there was one, and it just didn't. It did. There's like a couple of the new Tesco beers. The Faith in Future Petrol Summit. I fucking know. I have had that. I had it when we were away on honeymoon. It was okay. I have had the Heretic as well. It was okay. For me. I'm a bit bored of the supermarket IPA train. They all taste much of a muchness. And I pick and choose what I want to do with them these days, to be fair. I'm on the Schrader tonight. A lovely lager. Evening, Spud, you like? That house party video is excellent. Thank you very much. I like that video. No wonder I was never very happy with it. But I'm going to grab a bottle of water because I'm getting a bit thirsty. Hello, buddy. You all right? How you doing? See if my water's cooled down here. A little bit. No need to get hammered on a live stream, make a dickhead of yourself, is there? That house party video was excellent. I really like that little video. I'll say it was about 20 minutes, I think. The getting Wanda to do that was a trek. I remember because it was lockdown, birthday during lockdown, and yeah, it was arduous, shall we call it? But one of my favourite videos, I think, that we've done. I'm working tomorrow, so no beer tonight. Sorry to hear that. Got a few in the fridge for tomorrow night after my 12-hour bank holiday shift. I'll be getting triple pay for that. A £9 Verdant Dipper, John Hopkins. No idea who he is. What's this? Verdant John Hopkins. So look. Verdant John Hopkins. I am of legal age. Oh, that's something to do with. I don't know, that's that. Polyrhythmy. I've got to put the wrong thing in there. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I'm useless at this also. When I have to Google something, I could do all that on here, couldn't I? But I don't know how to do it. I just share screen, Google. Hang on, bear with me. Verdant Dipper John Hopkins. Oh, is it this one? Hang on, bear with. It's loading. It's. I was just gonna say, is it light through the veins? I'm getting there. How do I do that then? If I share, how do I present? Share screen. Window. That one. Share. Have I done that right? Yes. Oh, I don't know. Have I? No, hang on. Bear with. I don't do this very often. Light through the veins, which is, I am of legal age. John Hopkins, 9%. We're a huge fan of John Hopkins and his amazing music. This recipe is based around the track John wrote called Light Through the Veins. He was struggling with creative block at the time and managed to release it by way of restrictions and limits. In this case, basing the music around the number 9. An ode and a riff. The recipe for this beer is all of 9s or divisibles thereof. Let this mega hopped banger light up your veins. Party. So extra pale, the hops are Mosaic, Nelson Sauvin, and Strata. That should be fantastic, in all honesty. That sounds absolutely banging. I've got nothing, absolutely nothing in, because I've got the money. No, I don't buy it. I just buy things as I go these days. Don't buy huge stocks of anything. Don't do huge online beer orders. I buy as I go, I review as I go, sit and speak about it as I go, and yeah, just enjoy myself that way really. And I've got 2 beers in the fridge, but there's no way I'm fucking getting them out because you'll just laugh at me. Alex, how are you, mate? I'm probably only going to be about another half hour. I'm going to go outside the week. So I'm eating all day. Well, apart from a couple of packets of crisps. Barbecue, well, mate. Get a 10-pack of St. Austell Tribute for a tenner from Sainsbury's. Sorted. I haven't had Tribute for ages. Ages and ages. It's got to be 2-3 years. Yeah, I haven't had it. I'll tell you what I do. I generally do is if I fancy a beer and I've got nothing in, I've got a co-op at the end of the road, and I'll walk up, and I know it's a bit expensive, but I'll pick up 3 proper jobs because I still like proper job. I think it's a great beer, and I just it does it for me. It's got a nice bitterness in there, and I'm quite happy with it. And then I'll probably only have 2 anyway, because most and even then I only have a beer probably 3 times a week. I've got out of the habit since Christmas, really, of beer, maybe a couple of beers a night. No. How do I get? I don't know what I've done there. I'm absolutely useless at this. I would have done, mate, but I ain't got a beer, and I'm only going to be about another 15-20 minutes because I'm going to have some dinner. But I will catch up with you, mate. I'm more than happy to have you on. You just catch me at the wrong times. How do I share screen? That one? That one. That one there. Right. Share screen. Entire screen. Window. No. Entire screen. No. Look at that. No. New tab. That one. What the fuck have I done here? Move. Don't know. Oh, I'll give up. I'll get someone to help me one day. Because I don't share in it. I don't. Do you know what? Streamline is the easiest thing in the world to use, but I don't actually know how to use it. So, what's everyone got planned for the weekend? Anything exciting? I'm looking forward to drinking a beer with you guys. Yeah, no, mate. It will come. Don't worry. It's just sort of only planned to pop on for about an hour and a quarter, something like that. So yeah, and I'm not drinking because I had a couple yesterday. I had a couple. Definitely even Friday because me and Wanda had a quiet night watching sort of Netflix and that. So Thursday, we had some Thursday because it was Wanda's birthday, and I didn't feel like anything Friday. So yeah, it was a get home, have dinner, chill out, which was quite nice to be fair. We watched new Peter Pan thing that was on Disney. It's Peter Pan, and then there's a good series on Netflix called Sweet Tooth, and the second series of that. So we watched a couple of them, and by that time it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it was non-night time at that point. I was done in. So yeah, I've got no. I don't know what I've got coming up on the channel. I've got loads of stuff uploaded. I've done one today that will. Well, it'll piss a few people off, but you know, it is what it is. I don't care. What we got? I've got some from Eddie, some crisp reviews. If you like crisps, I've got a beer battle thing that I've done today. I've got some beers from Eddie from the Hop House. He's very kindly sent me some beers. I just haven't got around to uploading. Oh, well, you will. What's that? I will what? Well, upset people. Whatever. Should be so fucking precious about things then, should they? You'll be reviewing any old crap. Wow. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. I like a story. I watched Mark's video, The Pondering Man. Is this? I have chunky thumbs. Type it on my phone. Not like sausage fingers for the king. I watched Mark's video. I watched most of Mark's videos, to be fair. The Pondering Man, Pondering Mark, whatever he's called this week. And I could take great offence to some of the things Mark says, but I never do because I think they're funny. I think it's quite funny. Who's this one? It's the wife. Yeah, I just think it's funny, and if you've got something, I don't care. It's some of the stuff he said. I messaged him saying I was laughing my head off at some of the things that he'd said, and obviously some it's aimed at me, some's aimed at Dave, some's aimed at other people. Grown up enough, I don't care. There's no malice in it. The malice comes from other people, and then I'll have something to say about it. But yeah, it's all good, isn't it? Life's too short, as they say. I have chunky thumbs. I don't typing on my phone's a bloody nightmare because I need my glasses for most things these days. It's just horrendous. I can't see bugger all. Yeah, so I've not had. Do you know what you're talking about the verdant dipper? I don't see a lot of verdant around here, and now that our local bottle shop has ceased and desisted, I'll probably see. Oh, I know. Mark's obviously watching. He's just messaged. I know that, mate. It's always good fun. You know that. Yeah, we don't see a lot of verdant stuff around here anymore. And I don't probably now that I haven't actually got a bottle. Good man. Now we haven't got a proper bottle shop in Pompey. It's really hard. It's really hard. I can't get it's unless it's available in the brewer's tap. It is what it is. So the hype beer and all that sort of stuff, and the high end stuff, it's been quite difficult for me to get hold of now. But I'm not that bothered by that either. To be fair, how you doing, David? Nice to see you, mate. I'm just chilling out, mate. I'm going to have about another probably 10-15 minutes, and we're going to have some dinner. Spend some time with Wanda's been playing Fortnite with Leah, which gives me about an hour and a half. Well, she's been playing for a little while, actually. A couple of hours free, and then we'll probably watch a bit of something on Netflix, probably Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth's a good program. In the last week, a certain channel, which is happy to review any old crap, he's done noodles, crisps, a Rustler's burger, and 5 types of Lotus biscuits. I'm wondering if I should comment or not. I don't think I will. I think I'll bite my tongue. Mark is Curtis. Mark's all right. He has an opinion. Some people don't like his opinion. Some people get very upset by his opinion. But he has an opinion. He has a right to express his opinion. I say I could take offence to stuff that Mark said. I don't, because I'm a grown-up. It's not said with malice. Certain channels say things with malice, and unfounded malice, actually. And I'll deal with them as I want to deal with them. Certain people don't like it that Scott has an opinion and has the right to reply when you just make shit up about people and sort of defame them. But he can continue to do that, and I'll continue knocking on his door. Hey, Scott, I'm going to show you a picture of a beer. It's actually a beer called Crunch Bar, but you understand what I'm saying. Once I'm going to send it. Okay, send it over. Let me send it. Every beer, it's a bloody shame. This weekend we go again. I admit I enjoy watching Mark's video. Seeing he reminds me of the Only Fools and Horses video. Dirty Barry sees it and asks, "Who's the monk?" I loved Only Fools and Horses, and I still do. See, Dave always says, Adrian Morley, how are you? Dave always says that. See that a second, Alex. 2 seconds. That you can only watch Trigger and Del in the bar where Del falls through the bar so many times before it's not funny anymore. Still makes me laugh. I know every line of every Only Fools sources, and even though I know those lines, still makes me laugh. And I also like Duncan. I know when Grandad died from Only Fools and Horses, and people thought that Leonard Pierce was irreplaceable, and obviously we got Buster Merrifield in for Uncle Albert, and he settled in fantastically. I think it still holds up as probably one of the. I know there are people that don't like Only Fools and Horses, and it baffles me because I think it's an incredible series. Strawberry Crunch Bar cream ale made with strawberry flavour. That sounds horrible. I can know it actually focused. This is what Alex is drinking. That sounds absolutely dreadful, if I'm honest. I'm assuming it is. I'm all right, mate. I'll be keeping well, Adrian. The chippy trip that never was closed. Sunny Fish and Chip, the Fisherman's Kitchen, gets a good review. Was that closed by me down here? So, my idea for the Chippy Trips episode 5. I haven't drank it yet. I'm just showing you the picture. It sounds horrible. Episode 5. And I think it's going to be Star Wars themed again, because the last one was A New Hope or something, wasn't it? Episode 4. This one's going to be Star Wars themed as well, I think. Let me know what that's like, Alex. That sounds minging. Sounds tragic, that beer. Cream ales, keep lactose away from beer. And I completely agree. Not a massive fan of lactose in a pale ale or anything like that. It just gives it a very slimy texture for me. It's not my favourite at all. But again, it's like people say, adjuncts in beers. Don't mind adjuncts in stouts if done well. And they can be okay in IPAs and things like that, but certain breweries have become very heavy on adjuncts, replacing hops and things like that. Obviously, cost savings, and it just doesn't work a lot of the time. Tell you the truth, Scott, things can sound horrible, but you won't know until you try it. I completely agree. I've had some beers that sound terrible. You open it up, it smells terrible. And actually, the one that sticks in my mind, it was a fried egg. And sorry, David, I missed your comment. I do apologise. I was watching Man United today, and they won 1-0. Sorry to hear that. Not a massive Man United fan. They're not as bad since Ferguson buggered off. But where are they in the league? Are they doing all right? Let's have a look. Table. Oh, they're 4th. They're doing all right. Yeah, fried egg and lemon meringue. Was it fried egg and lemon meringue sour from, I think it was Playbrew. And I got it, and I thought, it sounds horrible. And I opened it up, and it smelled awful. Absolutely horrendous. And then I took one sip, Wanda had gone off to the toilet, came back, and she's like, "What's it like?" I'm like, "It's really nice." So, and she's like, "I can't be." And she took a sniff of it, and it smelled like rotten eggs. But you taste it, and it was lovely. It was really, really nice. So sometimes you need to take a punt on it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That was actually really nice. It was a really decent beer. Wouldn't have another one, to be fair. Benjamin, adjuncts are just a way to make cheap, cool-sounding beers for supermarkets. Who buys adjunct-filled beer? Stout excluded from a bottle shop. Nobody. I think you make a very good point that it's a cheap way of not having to use hops You can get your flavourings in that way. I mean, there was that one beer. There was that one beer from, where was it from? Oh, it was Tiny Rebel that had strawberry aroma as one of it listed as one of its ingredients. I don't know how you get an aroma as an ingredient. It baffled me. But yeah, I've had some half decent beers that have had some adjuncts in them, and I've had some absolutely appalling beers as well. What's my favourite beer? What, of all time? Cool, that's a toughie. I wonder if that egg beer was a fluke. My favourite beer of all time. Well, my favourite style of beer is West Coast IPA. It's not the best beer I've ever had, but probably my favourite beer I've ever had would probably be Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA. Not necessarily because it was the best beer I've ever had, but was a huge Steve Austin fan. We got some sent to us by Shark Brewing, Kev Jensen, very kindly, and it made a lot of money for charity. So probably my favourite beer that I've had would probably be that, for what it meant to me trying it and what it meant to the channel as well. How about yourself? I'm going to give this 10 minutes and I'll be done, lovey. All right. Hello, the Northern correspondent from Scott and Wanda's World, Mr. David Thompson is in. Happy birthday for Thursday last week, David. Share it with Wanda. So yeah, hope you have a good one. I hope you had a good one. If I ever tried a fried egg beer, so like it said, fried egg. It was a play on the sweets. Was it fried egg and lemon meringue? Fried, yeah. Or was it fried egg and something else? Can't remember. But it was all right. So the fried egg bit was like the little sort of jelly sweets, but it was all right. I'll try and let them know if it's good. I've never heard of that, but mate, let me have a look. Play brew.
I'm sure it's lemon meringue.
Yeah, I am as well. Play brew, fried egg beer and lemon. Meringue. Allow. Yeah, so it was this one. Fried egg and lemon meringue sour. And it was all right. It was all right. Even you didn't mind, did you?
It smelled horrific.
Smelled horrific. I wonder if that egg beer was a fluke. Sulphur is a bad thing to have in your beer. Maybe they really messed up the brew and it stunk of egg, so they rebranded it as a gimmick, as it tasted better. It might have done. I mean, to be fair, it did smell horrible, but it didn't have a sulphury taste about it. Who knows? Food Festival I was at last week, flogging a Yorkshire Pudding award-winning beer. Only thing that goes with Yorkshire Pudding is gravy. The Yorkshire Pudding beer, that was it in Aldi or Lidl? It was in Aldi or Lidl for a little while. I have had that. I had one sent to me by Josh Edwards, and that was the first beer that me and Dave had at Brew London last year. I thought it was all right. It didn't. It was. I mean, I don't know why it was award winning, but it's all right. So okay to say punk IPA. You can say punk IPA. I'm still not forgiving you to send that to Chris. Wasted. It was wasted. To be fair, and I will be very, very, very fair, I don't regret sending that beer to Chris. I regret sending it to a couple of the others. I'll have to try and find it, Scott. If you can. I'm not sure you'll find it. I don't know if they can do it. It stood out. It stood out in the fridge for me. I thought, I'm going to try that. And it caught me completely off guard because it was all right. What is Potato Head Day? Potato Head Day has been celebrated since 1952. I know, I googled it. Huh? I can't hear he's fucking barking and growling. You'll have it. It makes it true. National Potato Head Day has been celebrated on the 30th of April since 1952, when Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to appear on television, Wanda. Yep. It is an actual day. Yep. That's what it says on the... Are you disputing what Google says? Well, they wasn't on... They were obviously on the TV after 1952. You can shut up, dog. I enjoyed watching Chris' review, but I was jealous. I thought we did a half-decent job. Reviewing a Stella glass as well. What's wrong with the man? What's wrong with the man? I think he's only got one glass from memory. But I'm glad I sent it to him. I'm not so glad I sent it to the others. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you because I'm going to go and have some dinner. Although we don't know what we're having yet. I've got a 40% code off at Uber Eats. So what does that mean? I can have 60% and she can have 40% of my dinner. Is that right? Is that how it works? Shut. What? How dare you? Insulting me like that. There's Wanda's card. Bought with love. Do you sigh then?
Oh, it's Hugo.
That's funny. Hang on, what's this? A message from Dean? I'll not read that out. Hey Scott, it was nice talking to you, my friend. I hope you have enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much, mate. Lazy chippy trips, get it delivered. We will get to a chippy trips, I promise. Go halves on the bill. Use your code to pay 40% of your half. Oh, that's an idea. I can get out of this, can't I? Anyway, I'm off. Have a good. If you're off tomorrow, have a good bank holiday. Have a good week. And yeah, stay safe. Look after each other. Thank you for everybody that's commented along. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't give a shit. See you soon. Push the wrong button.